And we are live. We can start it going off. Let's make sure we have everything right in the settings. That's looking good. We are on cycle 7. We just started a new wet season, which is fantastic. Always love seeing a lot of trees grown up. That is excellent news. We have gotten all the way over here. You've gotten up here as well. Are we maxed out? We are nearly maxed out on wood. We don't really need to have that one prioritized. Let's see, what did we do in the last episode? I guess the real question is, what didn't we do? We are progressing very fast. We're already on cycle 7, so may not seem as fast, but overall we're doing great. We have just a complete surplus of wood. And then we got the zipline stations up at the very end. This is going to help moving around the colony a little bit easier. And then we also need to add some more zipline stations around. I think we'll want to add one over here somewhere. I'm probably going to replace at least one of these houses with some of the double lodges. In fact, we might want to even do some with the triple lodges. This is 250 science. We're going to have enough because in the last episode we also made this observatory, and this produces just a bucket of science, 10 every 3/4 of an hour. So we're going to be set on science. I have a bunch of these inventors huts that I have paused, and we'll probably end up removing some more of them in today's episode. But we also want to have some extra jobs that the beavers can work in during the droughts and during the bad tides when we don't have water pumpers going. We have, in terms of resources, we're doing great on wood. Planks we're slacking on, but we did add a few more. I guess we turned on all the lumber mills. We have another one over here. We do have 3 gear workshops, so we have to consider that. So that's going to be eating into our planks a little bit, but that is, I think it's worth it because we want to have a good amount of gears. And then we can always pause one of these if we need to. And then we also experienced our first our first unstable core that detonated. So we got this up in time. So not a problem here, other than a little bit of the bad water effects spilling down, but that wasn't too big of an impact. I think the bigger impact was if we go on this side, you can see that the water, or bad water elevation I should say, is raised a bit. We had this whole bad water lake because of another unstable core that blew up over here, which I just realized is actually impacting our bad water stores. We have 110. Oh. Okay, I guess it is no longer impacting our bad water stores, but because this originally was going over here and then going down into this area. So seems like there is bad water coming up from underground. So if we go all the way up here, is this underwater or above ground? Okay, so this is just a bad water source, and it goes up and is the same one that feeds this. So that splits off in a couple directions. Oh. Well, it's going to be a third one, but we blocked this off already. So then it just continues. Interesting. We have a water source directly next to it. I'm not seeing any unstable cores around here, so hopefully this stays. That would be ideal. So today's episode, what are we going to be focusing on? Well, one thing which we have set up, but we aren't able to utilize yet, is the paper mill. I think that since it's actually quicker to get up over here. We don't really need this path. So we can actually remove this and this. And then we can add a set of stairs and a platform, which will connect this in. Although, yeah, we have power. Yeah, because we have, where is it? Right under here we have a vertical power shaft. I was going to get a spiral staircase set up right here, but we don't really need to worry about that at the moment since we have these two we can add in. We also need to finish constructing the levees over here. So we can just start off with that. Start getting rid of some of these paths without destroying all the progress that we made. As long as we tilt it to the right direction, we'll be good. And then I've heard that if you remove paths, it actually speeds up your game just a little bit. So I'm going to get rid of any extra ones that we don't need. We also did manage to block this area off before this unstable core detonated. So we're not adding any bad water into this system, which is good. We're keeping it going over here. This one is also underground. I don't remember. It's such a big underground network. I don't remember where anything comes from or goes to. This one is all the way over here. So there's no outlet for it other than coming up this way at the moment. But I think that we are going to have some more unstable cores to worry about. This is one of them. This is one of them. If these both go off, then we are in trouble. What we need to do before those two detonate is make a bypass for this water source and then basically build up some levees around here. That way we can block this section off from this because we don't want to have bad water getting into our system. We currently have it, so these will close when the contamination rises. Oh, I didn't want to go all the way down, or all the way up. So when these close during a bad water, or a bad tide, there's going to be some pressure that builds up, and then the water, or I guess bad water, will start going up in elevation, and then it's going to overtop right here. And then it's going to start going in both directions. I think here it will just stop because it is currently free over here. Bad water flows along, dumps out, and that is why we are... Uh-oh. I need to actually keep the paths over here. But that is why we're blocking this off, because the bad water is going to come through here and then go into here and potentially over here, but that's why we blocked it off. And then there's another unstable core, and that just leads back to this. So I think we'll be fine with that, at least on this side. But I already went through all that. And so we are in the nighttime of day 3. Let's get going to the morning. You can see there's some beavers already using the zip line, which is excellent. We have 44 planks, so we're going up a little bit. We're going up in gears. Wood's hovering around 800, so we're around 900, I should say, so that's fine. We have 3 water pumpers. We should probably get some more water storage for them. So in today's episode, I think we're gonna unlock the large tank. We have a good amount of metal blocks, surprisingly. Gears, like I said, we're doing fine. We're just a little short on planks. And so part of what I also want to work on is getting some more production space. Oh, and then also I want to upgrade our storages. So we unlocked the underground pile for 1,000 science at the end of the last episode. But I was kind of trying to figure out what I want to unlock, and we unlocked a few things along the way, but we ended up starting with the observatory, and then that just kickstarted our science collection. And so then once we got that, we were able to unlock the underground pile. So I'm going to replace some of these ones. This one we're going to replace with an underground pile. We might actually put a couple more over here, and then we can use some overhangs to go on top and fit some more buildings over there. Because I know that I want to get basically underground piles for the main resources that can go in piles. I want to focus on wood, planks, and metal blocks for now. Ooh, scrap metal, that's something else we need to think about. We are basically done collecting scrap metal from over here. We're going to need to go over to this one. So we should start doing that so that we don't run out. We have a good amount of reserves at the moment, but we can't depend on that forever. So let's start working our way over here. Just get a few sets of stairs. And I will get some zip lines set up, but for now we're going to stick with stairs. And then we can build some zip lines on the way over. And we clearly need to because it's all red, so it's not the most efficient. And then that'll get us close enough. We can then put one more set of stairs, and then once they've gotten this scrap metal, they'll work their way down here. And so now, I think what we want to do, we can just do the pylons. Those are a little bit less resource intense, and we don't really need to have any zip lines along the way. We'll really just try and see how few zip lines we can get away with. I think it might be just one pylon. If we move that path over just a little bit, we can fit that zipline station right there. And then we can connect everything in. That is going to be fantastic. And then we need to place a couple scavengers down. We'll get one down there, one over here. But we have 14 vacant jobs, so let's do a quick update. Make sure we have all the staff we need. These two are the lowest. We're gonna be fine on bad water, I think, so we can pause one of them. Oh, did I added some haulers. That's normal. Let's do a quick check on all the jobs. So, no available workers for, we only have one builder's hut. Explosives factory is normal, we don't have enough. And then we have a gear workshop, which is normal. Grill's normal. Oh my gosh. 2 inventors huts. 2 lumberjack flags. The paper mill. Okay. We gotta start rearranging some stuff. We have 5 vacant beds. We should probably start increasing that. In the morning, I'm going to replace some of these with the triple lodges. We have plenty of science. I'm not going to have to worry about science too much moving forward. For some of the big purchases, we will need to think about it, but not for everything. We don't really need paper at the moment. We can pause that. We can reduce how many farmers we have. We'll go down to 4. And then I think all these jobs should be paused. The Tapper Shack, we can pause it for now. We're not even using pine resin. Let's also replace these trees. I think we're building stuff, so we can't afford to pause the district center. We have 4 water pumpers. We honestly will probably need more, but for now we'll just leave that. We are short on potatoes. Let's pause the grill for now. We can always reduce how many haulers. We're down to only 5 vacant jobs. 2 of those are these inventors' huts. I know we had 2 lumberjack flags that are lower, so we can have 4 jobs. We can check the priority in those job listings. Gatherer flag is paused. 2 inventors' huts. 2 lumberjack flags. Okay, so really we can only have 4 jobs. We can make it 5 if we unpause this. So as long as we see 5 or fewer jobs that are vacant, then we're fine. But that's not the case. Oh yeah, we have this as lower, so 5 plus 4, so as long as we have 9 or fewer, then we're fine. So we'll be good for now. We'll leave that. We're gonna have 2 more jobs pop up. So that's gonna go up to 8. That's okay. Okay, in terms of resources, now that we have some power, these are charged up. We added some windmills in the last episode. Seems like we're doing good. I want to get some more of these gravity batteries up and running. We can unlock that for 200 science. We'll go 2, 3, 2, 1. You know, we might actually want to hold off. Let's see, we'll hold off on this one. Because what I'm thinking is that we can use some of these overhangs and basically just overhang some batteries over there. How far do we want to go? Because we could go quite a ways. This would get us there. Let's see, right there, and then we get to right over here. I think that would not be a bad idea. We're gonna wait for a little bit because we don't have the science for it. Logs are dropping a little bit, that's okay. I think we need to get the storages set up. So we can remove those 2. And then in the event we need to get behind here, I guess. This could be helpful if we want to go underground for any reason. One of these will be super low. This one will be set to wood. We'll also need to get some storage that's a little bit closer for the beavers. I guess these guys, they're chopping down. It's not too far. But we'll just need to have some more haulers for them. We will want to get another storage over here. We have some space, so we can always set one up here. But I want to make sure it's connected to the zip lines, at least close enough. We could always rearrange with some of these bramble thorns, but we're not gonna remove those until we have some bots to help with that. Which that might be something that we want to work on in today's episode. So we're doing fine. We don't have as many potatoes as I would like. But with paper, we have 6 paper. We can unpause that actually. So that requires wood. Unlock that for 400 science. We'll need to think about the medical beds a little bit. I think I have a few of those. Yeah, we got some. That one is used all the time. Those ones are not, which is good. But having the extra beehive will be helpful. We might as well just take advantage of this unused space. Place a couple of those down. And then we can start going around here as well. Remove this one. And then we'll go. Oh yeah, do any of you guys know if you can do beehives in the water? Is that a thing? It's actually gonna work out perfectly. It's 3 up. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. As long as we remove those, we're gonna be able to fit a bunch of beehives. But we need paper for all of this. Ooh, I don't like seeing... Why? What the heck? Is water unhealthy? Why is it looking funky? Is that just me? Nah, that doesn't look right. Why are they yellow? Wait, what the heck? Oh, is it because I have... That's freezing. Okay, was that it? It was just weird. Oh, interesting. So it shows... It shows which ones are going to be impacted. That scared me for a second. Hello, Games Nation. Welcome to the stream. Oh, excellent. We got this zipline up and running. Now we have both of these guys scavenging. We have these trees over here, but we don't really need to worry about that. We have this unstable core. And we have this one over here. You know, I think that what we need to do is just block this off at the very bottom, if it'll let me. So right now we have no water going this way. But when these unstable cores detonate, we're going to lose pressure in the system. So I say we just block this off. It's only, what, 36 logs? So it's not going to be a big issue. The layer where you see whole system of water is affected by evaporation. You mean underground? Or do you mean above ground? Man, they're already starting to work on this. Look at that, we can get those beehives placed down. Ooh, they can't reach it. That's okay, they'll harvest this potato at some point. Got a couple of those beehives. Bee stings will definitely get to them a little bit. Okay, we got our first one with logs. This one will set to planks. And now we can start removing some of this extra log storage. But we also want to prioritize it so they can collect it, because it'll disintegrate over time. Can remove... Actually, we can switch this one to planks, switch this one to metal blocks, and then just empty these. No, just wait. Okay, I said that I wanted to focus on the houses. So let's let them collect all this. I guess that's what the haulers do. We can remove... We'll do 3 and 3. Eliminate these. Super high prioritize that. We'll get 1 and 2. Let's get those paths moved. Okay, as long as it always ends up on top. We can remove that, or collect it, I should say. Let's see, let's just bump it. Oh. There we go. Cool. So we'll have those. We'll replace these ones with the double lodges at some point, but we'll have them focus on this first. Ooh. We gotta do the same over here. We gotta focus on collection. Okay, I guess we're gonna bump that up a little bit as well. Okay. And then all this, we have some time. Okay, we have 20 paper. We probably want to get some storage for the paper. Let's just get a couple small warehouses placed down real quick. Paper. Let's high prioritize it and then just duplicate that. Okay, we got 3 of those. We're gonna have some homeless beavers for a little bit. That's okay. Not the end of the world. No extra builders, unfortunately. And then we can start thinking about getting more stuff on a second level up here. We have some space in here. We could use this as a path. Set of stairs that goes up. At the very least, we'll want at least 2 single platforms. And then we'll just want to think about how we want to connect this one in so that it actually gets up here. And then that's set to scrap metal. Okay, they're moving all that over. Just gotta be a little patient. It's day 11, we have 1.1 thousand water. Probably need some more. We have 4 water pumpers. They have pretty good access to just getting water in there. That being said, let's add another one. I will want to replace these with some of the larger ones, because those large ones, 5 water every 0.33 hours instead of 1. So, even though there's 3 beavers in there, it's still way more efficient. 10 treated planks, which we don't have yet, so we'll have to hold off on that. Okay, this one is emptied. Remove that. They're switching it over. And soon we can remove it. Seven jobs, so we removed 2 of them, so now that is the most that we can have. $2,800 science. It's a huge jump from 5 to 6 for the overhangs. So I'm leaning towards, man, 4 to 5 is also a huge jump. Maybe we start with a 4. Well, no, I think we do 5. Because if we did 5, we get 4 additional and 4 additional. And then, so I think we should be able to fit 5 gravity batteries. 1, nope. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. We don't need it to go all the way. We can just go to there. And of course, I mean, they're going to go on top, but that's okay. It'll just give us a little bit of extra something. Yeah, I do want to unlock the large pump, but there's a few things I want to focus on first. Once we actually get the wood workshop up and running, then we can start thinking about unlocking some of those buildings. I need a better water situation, but for now this is okay. 1.2 thousand water. I think we should just pump this whole system up, because we're at day 12 and we're not going to be getting much more water. We're not getting access to water for much longer. So we have 1 shower that is probably used pretty frequently. We are in the process of collecting all this wood, I guess. Seems like they kind of slowed down on that. Maybe we bump it all up. And then in terms of zipline stations, so I want to go up. Not there. So let's think about what we want to have on top here. We want to be able to get up and down, which is why I went to the triple lodges, because then we can set a spiral staircase and then a set of stairs above. So we can walk up there. We can get the spiral staircase at some point. And then we could do 2 triple lodges over here, a couple doubles. And then, let's see. If we wanted, we could use, well, if we want to do double or triple lodges over here, we need to have access to that second level, which we could do. It would just be a little awkward to get there. At the very least, we're going to want this here and this here. But I think once we get to the second level, we can just continue going up for the beavers. if we get some, you know, we could do, because I want to be able to get some rooftop terraces. We don't have any, like, at all right now. Because if you check out their well-being, it's not as good as it should be. We have some bee stings and injuries. Those are minor. We have some food. We only have campfire for social life. We don't have anything else. Aesthetics is a little bit lower. No monuments. Lido's the only fun thing. So getting some of those rooftop terraces I think will be kind of important down the road. So if we want to go on top of these, that would be good. But then we need to have something on top of this, because I think I want to keep the rooftop terrace on top of this second level. So we could do overhangs over some of the campfires. Because yeah, we can put campfires down here. We can remove this one, because we have plenty of scrap metal storage. We have a sufficient amount of scrap metal storage. We can make sure they collect all this, and then get another campfire. This will be moved over here, but they're not focusing on that yet, which they don't need to. There's some other stuff they're working on first. All of these overhangs being one of them. Ooh, although we are actually kind of close to maxing out our stores for planks. Okay, maybe we change this. Let's bump that up. Let's focus on that. We can lower these. These are not essential. $1,500. We got the 5. If we get the 4s, we can go over these. Now I'm trying to think a little bit. Because if we want to have something on the second story, like some warehouses or houses, then we need to get to that level fairly easily. We have a drought approaching. We don't have enough water. I want to get our water stores up. We can't really fit a whole lot more over here. I think our band-aid solution is just to get a water pump placed over here. Make sure we high prioritize all this. We'll just go with that for now. And then let's see. We're doing good on power. It's not actually maxed out, which is only slightly concerning. Because we have all our water wheels going. Even with that and the windmills going, it's still dropping. We'll just need to pause some stuff. Let's see what we're getting close to maxing out on. We are maxed out on gears. Pause 2 of them. Planks we are not maxed out on. Still not maxed on metal blocks or explosives. Paper we are basically maxed out on. We can pause that for now. That'll help a little bit with our power, especially as we go into the drought. Okay, so they finished this. We can remove this and then move all that. So now let's think on how we get to the second story. That's kind of the big question. I think if we... Ooh, I know what we do. So we need to unlock the spiral staircase. We won't be able to use it yet because we don't have the woodwork shop. But 800 science. We can place this right here. This requires gears, planks, and logs. We have a good amount of all of those. I'm thinking planks should go up because now that we have paused 2 of the gear workshops, once we start getting some of this, let's also switch these to be treated planks. We only have 2 vacant jobs. We're going to have 6 more beavers who can work. We can try and get our wood stores up. This tapper shack will collect the pine resin. We can unpause some of these lumberjack flags. And then we might want to get some more storage over here. It would be nice to have it close. Also, we have to get a zipline station. I don't really want to put stuff in the water because we could potentially get some more food production in here. We only have 1 aquatic farmhouse at the moment. I could bump that up. We can get some more of those. But we have so much grilled spatterdock, so I'm not worried about that yet. We can get some cattails planted down the road, replace some of the spatterdock. But I'm gonna not get too ahead of myself. Removing some of these trees. You can always remove some of these because we are not gonna use all this pine resin. Then having some extra storage would be good. So let's do this. We can remove those 9 trees. Get some wood storage right there. And that'll be close enough. And then we can unpause some of those lumberjack flags during the drought if we need to get some more jobs for them. Also, thankfully it was a drought and not a bad tide. So that was pretty sweet. One thing that I probably really should do now is if we go to landscaping and then we have the tunnel for 2000 science. Ooh, but we need to have extract. We need to have extract. I think we're going to focus on that very soon. We have a perfect little space for it. It's a high chance of injury. We'll have to add some more beavers to our population. So let's get the next campfire, because I think we just want to fill these up with campfires since those have to be on the ground. We have some more builders, which is good. If we can get this one, I'd like to get that done sooner if we could. Get just a little bit of not pine resin, a little bit of treated planks. And then we can place down this and get us up here. And then I want to have the overhangs, so I can't build platforms. We can get some houses up here though. And I think they're also going to have to be temporary ones because if I want to use the double lodges, we need to have basically 2 spaces so we can go up another level. We're doing what we can. Okay, well, I'll have to temporarily build back this way. And then we can go 1 more set. Like I said, these will be temporary. We're not going to keep them here forever. We'll replace them with some larger ones. bump these to normal. Excellent. We got our first wood workshop. Start making a reservoir. As a water system is pressurized, I can make a tall reservoir of 10 to 12 height. So you're just saying around here, just make a tube going up basically. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Just get a little bit of extra water, but right now I'm utilizing it for food growing and water collection. So I'm kind of double dipping. And also preemptively pause all of these and then bump that up so we no longer lose any. 8 days. It's a decently long drought. We'll turn just one of the fluid dumps on for now. And then we can remove these. Don't really need to irrigate this part. Like, it helps the trees. We can probably put something, and by something I mean a floodgate, but we'll place it, we'll move this all over just a little bit. Floodgate right here, 2 levees, help on our water situation just a little bit. But they're not going to focus on that because we have all this stuff. And look at that, 5 unemployed beavers. I would love to get another set of builder's huts. Or 1 builder's hut, I should say. I don't know if I want to place it there. We could use that space. For now, we'll just get one right here. Because I'm going to do some rearranging of this probably whole area. So for now, this is a good spot. And they'll hopefully construct that fairly quickly. We have some potatoes we could grill up. And then we also have the lumberjack flags. This guy is sitting around because we have no storage for him. So maybe get some more pine resin storage. So many things to build. Gravity batteries have dropped a significant amount in one day, but they should be charging up overnight. This requires 200 power. We could pause it for now if we are concerned about power. We have a good amount of science. I don't have anything I want to use at the moment or buy. We can get some of the beavers hopping in these inventor's huts. Let's make them all lowest though. Copy settings. So do we have enough resources? Gears, planks, metal blocks are all looking good. We have some folks over here. Yeah, I think that was a good choice pausing that. In terms, you have a good amount of berries. And then we have some dandelions. I think this can go slightly up. We got our other builder's hut set up now, which is excellent. And then we should have some treated planks. Look at that, they're removing these. We'll get that next set of storage placed down. Set of 2 logs. This one is lower though, because we still have a good amount of storage. In fact, we can make that lowest. This will be just whenever they get to it. Ooh, but I don't think that I want these all to be marked to be chopped down. In fact, I want a lot of them to not be marked to be chopped down. I would rather them focus on these ones over here. Let's just do none of this. See how this goes. We can always mark them to get chopped down the road. Another benefit of having this, if we place down just a couple more platforms where you can get across. Okay, you can't reach that much further. It's a little something. We'll always end up, we'll remove these down the road. So we have a few more people who have joined the stream. Welcome everyone. This is episode 3 on the map Pressure. I'm feeling decent about our chances of survival now. I'm still a little worried about the first bad tide. We have to deal with this. But we're working towards it because we're going to get the tunnels unlocked as 2000 science. But once we get the tunnels unlocked, we can then place some levees around here. Basically, trying to bypass this unstable core. So in order to get those tunnels, we need to make the centrifuge, which is right here. They are slowly working on it. They're not focusing on it at the moment. We have a decent amount of bad water. I'll probably need to get some more bad water storage. We have a good amount of explosives. So I think I want to lower this whole section, which they will slowly work their way over there. If we get some stairs constructed, that'll speed it up just a little bit. But that's also whenever they have time to construct that. Ah, this is what we've been focusing on. So they are making good progress. This is very helpful for our power situation. Should probably also add some more water wheels, which I don't think they'll fit under here actually. Oh, they will. That is sweet. We just need to have access to it. Can we get behind here? I think I cut our path off. But if we do this, when they eventually build this, we can replace this set of stairs with a path, and then we'll go back here. Oh, I guess they technically can access it right now. It's just a long route. This is super low on the priority list. Let's make it so it's a little bit easier to see. And then we'll just start adding water wheels. This is all super low. And then they also need to be able to get down here. So we're just going to go like this all the way. And we will need to carve out, once we unlock the tunnels, we can make some holes along here. And then once we've constructed all these, we can then do the tunnels along here. We can place the second water wheels down, and then we'll slowly work our way backwards, placing down all the power shafts to connect it in. But like I said, that is not priority at the moment. Thankfully, we have some of these houses that are built, so now we have some more vacant beds, so we can get some more beaver workers. This is almost done. So we're gonna... Ooh, we have to get some storage. This is a lot of science. We don't really need that much extract at the moment. We can do this. 300 extract should be fine for now. We will need to think about power and specifically how that power can start powering the bot part factories and bot assemblers. And we have to get a refinery. Interesting. It's funny how they make potatoes just so useful for creating biofuel. I love it. We are slowly charging up with some of these windmills. We can add another one. Ooh, and now we have enough. That's a lot of science. We're not going to add one quite yet, but we'll get ready to. Should be able to reach all this, so they'll construct this when we can. We have no shortage of projects for the beavers. We are out of gears and so low on planks. I guess we'll just keep producing them as we can. 7 vacant jobs. Let's lower this a little bit. Okay, so we're not doing too bad on jobs. All those are low. Oh, wait, we can actually leave this as normal. Because we have this one. Yeah, we have plenty of jobs that the beavers don't need to work in. I will detonate this though. We can shift stuff around later as we need to. This guy is probably going to be maxed out on extract soon. Let's get this constructed. We can go down to 1 beaver, so we don't need to work quite as long. Look at that. Remove this guy. They are already working over here, so they've made it through a good amount of the projects that we have. This one we're just short on supplies. This one they have hardly even started, which is okay. That can go all the way up. Okay, so we're doing good on water. We can unpause this second fluid dump. Clearly we are running a bit low. We have all the water pumpers paused though. Okay, they are not collecting potatoes enough. Probably don't have enough workers, honestly. Don't really need this. We have 6 vacant beds and 6 children. We will replace these ones with the double lodges. We'll do that in the morning. And we're just about there. So as soon as everyone hops out of their houses, can remove both of these. Oh, wrong one. And I think that it makes sense So what I was thinking... Okay, hold on. Let's pause real quick. How did it put the frickin' rubble on top of this house? That blows my mind. Let's remove both of those real quick. That is the only way I know how to get the rubble down. Okay, so let's think about this. So right now we want to get to the second level if we remove these stairs and then we have 2 platforms right here and then we have these double lodges. Let's also move this out of the way. Back up there. Okay. There we go. Don't know how that works. But like I said, if we have the houses like this, we remove this one, we have a platform, a set of stairs, and then another platform, we have access to the second level at that point. I think that is the best way to go about getting access to here. And then we might also want to make it easy to go from this level to the third level. So we could just do something like this. We are going to replace some of this infrastructure, but I think that'll be fine. Yeah, because we're going to do triple, triple, double, double. Yeah, we'll start with that. Let's high prioritize some of this. Just the essentials. And I guess a collection. Yeah, we'll go with that. I'm feeling much better now about getting those overhangs placed down and having access to that second level. We can get some more storage just with the medium warehouses, and then we'll have the rooftop terraces on top. You're not going to be building those overhangs anytime soon though, because we are so short on planks and gears. Extract. Okay, we now have some storage. 12 vacant jobs. Oh, jeez. Probably starting to have a lot of beavers get injured. Okay, not as many as I was thinking. Ooh, I don't like that. We'll pause this. Yeah. Okay, then we have some more houses. We have 7 unoccupied beds. Hopefully they fill those up in the night. And the water situation is not looking good. Man, that evaporated so quickly. But this is what we're stuck with. We have 2 days left. These guys are going to die soon, but hopefully these fluid dumps will help out a little bit. We don't have any pine resin storage, but that can be something we can toss on top of these future overhangs. The water will do its best to keep some of the spatterdock alive. We should just get some spatterdock storage set up. What do we have? This is carrots. Let's just switch this to spatterdock. We can get some carrot storage soon. We don't really need it at the moment. If we get up here, we can actually lower this and then fit another triple warehouse over here. We will need to unlock some of the larger dynamite. Let's go with the double. Oh, we don't have enough science. Dang it. That's okay. Yeah, I know that a reservoir would help. It's just trying to navigate how do I want to construct one without impacting my food reserves or food growth too much. Focus on harvesting. Let's see, so how would we want to make that reservoir? Got some dead spatterdock. We're not using this space over here, so we could go around like this. And then we'd want to get some overhangs, try and maximize the space that we have. So at the very least, we don't really want to be planting crops around here. Okay, so before I start going down that path, let's make sure we have everything else in working order. We have some planks. We have a good amount of wood. We're doing fine on power at the moment. Ooh, and they're also working way over here. We're starting to get some of the water wheels constructed. This is a lot of science, so we will need to turn on that observatory. Man, 13 vacant jobs. That's a lot. Let's see, what jobs are vacant? The entirety of the builder's hut. Explosives factory. Yeah, we're dipping into normal priority jobs. Ooh, we're getting some injured beavers. Let's pause this. That's a very dangerous job. Probably not great. We need to get some more medical beds. Help the beavers recover. We can bump these up a little bit. .4 days, 278 water. We're going to be done by the end of the day. Okay, I just want them to harvest that one potato. Okay, this guy isn't doing anything. We're going to pause him. This guy has been planting trees, but we can also pause him. Now the drought is going to be over. We can unpause all these guys. Hopefully the water comes back fairly quickly. We need more beavers. Looks like we have a bunch of children. Let's go to the very bottom. 3/4, 3/4. Yeah, we have a few rounds of kids coming. And the drought is over, thank goodness. We'll pause the fluid dumps as soon as the water has risen back up. I'm looking forward to it. We can lower this all the way. Have you guys had a chance to play on this map yet? I know it's one of the newer ones. Only came out just, I guess it was a few months ago. But yeah, this is one of the more difficult ones for sure. And we can pause both of those. We need to get as much water as we can. Today, in this wet season, we need to focus on two things. Water collection and storage, and then getting ready for a bad tide. So everything else kind of goes to be secondary. Okay, these guys are now back off of their summer jobs. And then do we have any other summer jobs? We have 10 vacant jobs. That's not great. We do need to get this unpaused. This we can lower down to 0.75 again. Unstable core. Oh jeez. Which one is this? Okay, so this is the first one. Oh no, cause that... Okay. Okay. Thank you for pointing that out. I would love if they just had something pop up like when a bad tide or a drought approaches, because I don't notice that. But yeah, when that goes off, it's gonna bump water all the way over, or bad water all the way over here. Okay, so that's kind of in line with getting ready for the bad tide. Either way, we need to be able to divert the water over there, which means science. And we have that, but we're so short on staff. Yikes. We're going to reduce that down to 4. We're going to pause this grill because we have plenty of grilled potatoes and not enough potatoes for him to utilize. We don't need explosives at the moment, and it's a high chance of injury job, so we want to avoid that. Got 4 workers in there. We're back down to 4 jobs that are vacant, which is okay. That is manageable. We need to get a lot of science, so this will be very helpful. We should be starting to go up in power a little bit, which is excellent. They have made it all the way over there. So they're just working on it because that's like the last thing for them to work on. They even finished this first. Okay, we gotta get some projects for them. I think what we do, because we need to get water storage. Let's get some water storage set up first. So we can remove all of this. We're going to start replacing some of these with the larger ones. we'll start on this end, which means we also need to remove this. We'll collect that. In fact, we can bump all that up. 600 science. We need that. So when they remove all that in the morning, then we can place down our first large tank, which will give us a good amount of extra. And then we need to make sure we have enough water pumpers. So what we might want to do is remove this and then get kind of a dock going out. So let's not plant anything over here. Or here, or here, or here. And then we're going to start going out this way. There we go. We'll go like that. We have plenty of planks now, which is excellent. Okay, I'm getting focused. We gotta get all this stuff done. Okay, now we can place down the tank. Set that to water. They'll work on that as they can. Honestly, I think that there's no harm in adding more of these water wheels down here. Might as well extend it as far as we can, but make sure we have it all low on the priority list. So that'll just keep them busy if they need to work on something. See, so we're gonna have one right here. We can add one for now. And then we'll replace this one with one more right here. Then we just gotta attach those pads in. And then set the priority for construction and for the jobs. Yeah, I'm liking that. We got this guy right here. I guess we can leave him for now. I'm liking what we're doing. Oh gosh, we gotta switch these back to planting. Well, they harvested some, so we got some extra spatterdock in the queue. This guy is pretty much maxed out. Oh, we have 2 vacant jobs. What? That is not something I was expecting. Let's toss a couple more into the farmhouses. We have a lot of food that we're not collecting. We have plenty that we could store up. In fact, I think I want to start replacing some of these sunflowers with some carrots. We'll start with that row. And maybe even potatoes. We don't want to get rid of too many sunflowers, but I think that should be enough for now. Okay. Thankfully we're not using all the medical beds. And we have those extra water pumpers now. Let's collect all of this. And then we'll keep working on that. How are we doing on extract? 47. That's some. We don't really need a whole lot, so we'll save that for now. Bad water collection is going up. We can always unpause this guy. Help build some stuff a little bit quicker. Scrap metal, we're doing fine. We can always pop over here for more scrap metal if we need, which we might end up needing to do. Because I don't really plan on building a mine anytime soon. So if we go up here, this will all be set to low on the priority list, but we'll just start the path over here. Gosh, that's not going to be easy. What we can do, we'll set up this. And then we can do another one across. For some reason, I just feel like I shouldn't put it in that valley. So we won't. We'll just go like this. Although I probably want to move that over a little bit. Here and here. Go all the way. Might as well take advantage of the natural steps that they made us. Just get a few more stairs and then we'll make it all the way over here. And then getting down, that's not going to be too big of an issue. We'll just go like this. Look at that, there we go. Just a few sets of stairs and we're there. So we have access to get over here. But let's make all this super low because this is not essential. And I see they already started working on some of the stairs, so they got that constructed. And this, they'll work on it eventually. So we have our extra water storage. We have a couple more water pumps. 2 vacant jobs. So we're doing all right. We need to fill in some of the carrots over here. In terms of power, we're still going down a little bit. And they're even working on all this. So as soon as we can get, not here, if we can get those tunnels unlocked soon, be helpful for going along here. Because really, unfortunately, we can't really connect any of this power together until we have the farthest one constructed. So we can do 2 things. Once we get these last 2 constructed, we'll get rid of these stairs. We'll go up and then do basically a double tunnel. One level will be so the power shafts can run under there, and the one above it will be so they can access it. And then also we'll construct all the second sets of water wheels. But we'll let them finish these 2. We'll just bump those to normal. In fact, what we could do, we don't need to worry about them finishing. Well, we might as well. That's fine. Because we don't have access to tunnels yet. But soon. That is definitely what we want to focus on next. Unstable core is in 6 days. It's going to send some bad water over here. And surprisingly, we have not had a wood shortage yet. We are going down in wood, but we're still doing fine. These two jobs are the last to be occupied. We're going to bump one up. I want to permanently have one more lumberjack flag. Because we haven't been able to chop all these trees down. You can see there have been waves of trees growing up. We should probably get some more zipline stations going around the colony. Help the efficiency out a little bit. We have up here, probably need to have some more beavers. Let's get another couple temporary houses. We are going to replace these with some of the larger ones and that go up in elevation a little bit. We'll have some overhangs over these campfires. And then we can get some warehouses on top and then some fun stuff for the beavers because they need it. We also can squeeze some decorations in behind, but those all require science. So just kidding, we're not going to do that. These guys are not working at the moment, that's okay. We are charging up our gravity batteries, which is excellent. Anything I'm missing, you guys? I feel like we're on the right path. We can finally place down that final beehive. And plant a few carrots. But overall we're doing, I think, everything that we can. We're at 930 water, which is alright. It's not as good as I was hoping for. In fact, we might want to focus on that. Remove some of these, add another water pump. I think that's what we need to do. Because we have a larger population of beavers now. What the heck? They abandoned this? No, just get those removed. You're already there. Let's also just remove... Oh wait, we don't need the path trick anymore. Now we can just do mark resources for demolition and they go away. There we go. Now we can duplicate this. Hopefully it'll help us get more water because we ran out at during the last drought. If it is a bad tide, we are going to be okay because we have the bad water diversion system set up. These will close if contamination gets up, and then bad water just flows up past this one up here, and then it's going to go around and then down here, hit this wall, and then go back along here and then off the map. So we're set up for that at least. If we have that second unstable core go off, this one, then right now we are in trouble. Because this would close and then all that bad water is just going to start going up, and then this would never open again because the contamination would be high. So we need to get those tunnels unlocked, which we are getting close to. We're at 1.6 thousand science. Wood is still dropping, but we have plenty of trees. It'll just be if we need to harvest more of it. What about those zipline stations? Right now they can just really go across. That's only part of it. I probably need to have another zipline station right here. Like kind of a transfer station. We can probably replace these ones with the zipline station actually. This is pretty convenient, but we have more storage for them over here. Oh, we can also do this. We have plenty of gear storage. Let's remove this one. We don't need this to be logs. We can switch this one to be logs. And then we'll do the same, prioritize and set to obtain. This one will be supply. Although we do want to have, just kidding. You're not going to prioritize it, we'll just leave it. Oh, well. We'll leave that, because I want the gear workshops to have access to this, but maybe we switch it. Unstable core 3 days. We'll switch this one. This will be set to logs. Or sorry, planks. This will be obtain, because that'll supply those gear workshops. This one is not entirely necessary. So we can get rid of that. And this. Now let's get that zipline station constructed. Let's collect this first though, because knowing how this game works is going to throw the gears underwater down here or something, where we can't reach them. Have some more planks, which is good. We're 188, almost at 200. But yeah, getting that zipline station. So I think we'll leave this one going over here. We'll add one right here, and then that can go over somewhere over in this area. And then maybe across? I'm not sure exactly. I know I want one at least going this way. Assume there's some trees in the way if we tried to go. We could go diagonal. I think for now we'll start with this. And then we gotta get over... Well, you know, we might switch this one so it goes over here. Because that'll be much more helpful, I think, for those farmers. And then people could walk. Okay, now I'm questioning everything. Oh, jeez. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. I was thinking about maybe moving it right here, because we have those two. Not even using one of them at the moment. We have enough potatoes. We could remove this. We don't need... Well, I guess we might. I say we get rid of this. We get a grill right here. I probably need to rearrange this whole section. Okay, he is maxed out. Get rid of both of these. I think we're going to do that transfer station right here instead. It's just kind of an awkward distance. Okay, I need you guys' help. What should I do for the zipline station? Because we can go... How far could we go? We are out of range of this one. If we go any farther than this, I think. Oh, we can get all the way over here. We could do a zip line directly to this. Hello, Harshi. Okay, that might be profanity. I don't know if I can say your name, but welcome. It's going pretty good. I am just trying to figure out how I want to actually set these zip lines up. If we remove a few of these, we can have a zip line going over here. I don't know how far we can get. This is the closest we can get to getting over here. So maybe if we remove a few of these, we have a path, and then we are set. So maybe we just have the zipline station over here. Don't worry about this one. But then it would be nice to have these guys be able to get over here quicker. It's not the most efficient, because I don't think this guy could reach this directly. He's so close. 32. Maybe we want to move this one. We could move it over here. And then we could get over here, no problem. We could go directly up top. But then it is nice to have it for these ones. I just don't want to have too many extra. Build zipline station on platform as to give it more range. Yeah, I know going over. This will be set to potatoes for now. We have some potatoes to grill, but let's see. Because yes, yeah, we want to have it elevated if we can so that we don't run into obstacles. Let's see. Maybe I'm focusing too much on getting a permanent zipline station system set up, and I just need one that works for now. That might be what I need to do. We can always add this one. It's a little redundant. We might not need it, but what if we remove these? We'll get another zipline station, connect those in, and then connect these in. I think that's what we're just going to start with. And then we'll just go from there. I do want to remove these ones. Awesome. 2.1 thousand science. We have enough for the tunnels. We don't have a bad tide approaching soon, so in that regard we're good to go. But we have to start undermining our system. So this extends 3. So we need to build the levees 1 to the side of this. And then how far does it extends? So we need to go like this. Yes. We might as well just go all the way over here. Remove this. We'll basically close this one. I think that should be good. So we'll need to go. We're only shifting it 2 over. So if we do 3 and 2, go like this. This should be plenty. We will remove this right here. We didn't really need it in the first place, but that's okay. And now we begin but we'll be good. So we have all that they're working on. We can plant some more potatoes. Oh, they won't be able to reach it. Dang it. Might need to remove a few sunflower seeds. Also get those carrots finished off over here. Okay, maybe we don't remove the sunflower seeds because we are going through those pretty quickly. Instead we can remove a few potatoes, hoping that'll be close enough they can reach. We got lots of stuff for them to collect. Make sure we don't ignore it. Then we can place this down, get that zipline station set up. That one can connect to all of these. Oh. Yeah, let's remove this one. This is unnecessary. You can go there. We don't even need this one then. 'Cause we could just go like this. Oh, we do need it because too many connections. Okay, I've been going back and forth a lot, but that's part of the fun of this. Ah, badtide. Oh, jeez. Wait, hold up. So now we have undermined this whole thing. You know what we're gonna do? Collect that. We're gonna pause every one of these. Okay, so they can only reach the outside ones, which are all paused. Get rid of that. We need to temporarily block this all off. I guess we could do a sluice, because we will need that. And then we're just going to get rid of this, so we'll do that. Super prioritize. We don't want them to work on this either. I don't want to trap a beaver underwater where there's going to be a bad tide. Okay. We'll just go with this for now. Okay, we'll check on that in one day. We got some stuff to collect, not as essential as all this under here. This is clearly highest, so they'll work on that. Unstable core is going off in 0.3 days, so it's going to detonate pretty soon. We have, well, on the bright side, since we have a bad tide approaching, we're not going to be without water power for 8 days, because they normally have those bad tides only last a day. 0.2 days for that unstable core. It'll be done soon. We also need to start thinking about that reservoir. We can go around. Okay, it detonated. We could hear it. Bad water's flowing over here. So this system should be working now. And that is filled up. We can resume all this once we have gotten through the bad tide and the bad water is all out of here. Because I do not want to have to deal with contaminated beavers. We have 12 children. They are probably, oh my gosh, 88, 88, 70, 88. You'll have a few more workers soon. Always have some science jobs we can toss them into. Also, plenty of other jobs that are paused at the moment. Lumberjack flags, whole 9 yards. But we can start pausing some of these guys. Let's get some more lumberjack flags. We want to get some extra wood. We only have 500. I'd like to get it above 1,000. Oh, they can reach it. We don't need to remove these. Add those potatoes back in. Whew. I'm a little nervous for the bad tide. I've yet to experience one on this map. Let's see, we have 780 science. This guy is collecting a bunch. Some of the next things we should unlock. A large wind turbine I think would be a good investment. Requires paper gears and planks. Should probably turn this back on. Get some paper, we only have 16. And then something else is the overhang. That's 1,000. I might want to do that first. Because it seems like we're doing fine on gravity, battery, power. We also... Oh, if we go into here, because I have these water wheels set up, now we can start focusing on getting the second half of them constructed. Remove all this. We can also remove this one and this one. And then we can start going with the power shafts. So we'll go to here. They will be able to reach it at some point. And then we can go along here and then just maybe go down a little bit. One more. Now we can start doing tunnels. 10 by 1. 10 by 1. Just go all the way across. And then we can just do dynamite here. And then we can start getting the water wheel set up. I don't want to make that one, make those resources go somewhere crazy. So from here we'll be able to reach all these water wheels, and then we'll be able to get the, I guess they'll have platforms here already, so we'll just place the power shafts instead of the vertical power shafts. So these power shafts will go underneath, and they can connect into all these water wheels, and then the path will be above, so they can walk over it and reach it all. At the source, you can replace some levees for sluices facing outward to get bad water out easily. Shove the bad water out that way. We currently have... Ooh, bad water's going out this way. It doesn't really save us much if we do that, because If we have the bad water going out there, maybe it would help. Because we go up, because right now the route would be that it goes up and over out this way. Yeah, I guess it could save us a little bit. Not really harm in doing that. We won't do those ones. I'm curious how the pressurized system would work. Interesting. Well, I'm not going to focus on it yet because we have that bad tide coming, but that is definitely an option. Ooh, we have the levees placed down. 2 vacant jobs. Unpause, unpause. Ooh, we're also running low on pine resin. I don't think I ever set up storage for that. Just another reason. Look at that. Okay, we have enough. It's on the field. 4 to 1. We'll have those going across. Okay, let's slow this down. Let's take a look-see and make sure that our system is working. So we got water and bad water. It is still open, but very soon this should close. Now it's closed, closed, open. And that should close. So now they're all closed. So now bad water is rising up. You can speed it up a little bit now. Now that we know that we don't have bad water flowing through there. It's going over there. This one, since it's not pressurized, this will fill up a little bit, but then it's just going to start flowing this direction. And then let's make sure there's not any other random bad water sources that I didn't foresee. This one goes all the way over here. Yeah, nothing unusual. And then the bad water is coming out through here, going underneath. And as long as it's not bubbling up over here, then we're fine. That one's just staying. We go up a little bit. Oh, it's because they have this one that relieves the pressure. Okay, well I think that we're doing fine. We are surviving. The system looks like it's working pretty well. You know, I am thinking about it. So we have... This will take a long time for the bad water to clear out if it's going... Well, if it's going straight up. So... we might need to open these and then just basically let a little bit of bad water come through, unfortunately. Not ideal. We could always put some sluices over here and just let some of the bad water go over there instead. Because we can open and close them at will. the bad tide is over. Basically be forfeiting some wood by constructing this, but that's not the end of the world. Yeah, because now we have water coming out, but it's just all going up. And this is just going to stay contaminated for a while, so after we construct this, we can remove those, let all that water, bad water, go over here. That's kind of what my solution is. Don't know if it's the right one or not. There are the beavers. We're doing fine on food and water. Resources, we're looking pretty good. And then over here, another unstable core. Welcome, Lucky. Which one is this? Ooh. Let's see. Okay, so right now we have our water comes over here and it goes to this one. So when this one detonates, we will lose pressure, which means we need to block this off. How far do you want to go? Because that irrigates a good amount of this. I say we go all the way over here. We'll get that. Okay, we should have enough resources, right? Planks and metal blocks, yeah. Let them work on all that. We have 2 unemployed beavers. What can we toss them into? Might as well just open some inventor's huts for business. So we could do the 4 overhangs or the 5s, because those go over this. I think I kind of don't intend for those to be there long term, but I mean it's a decent spot. Not really a downside. I think we just go with the 4. A little bit less resource intense. And then yeah, we'll start with this. We will remove these. In fact, we don't even need these ones. And then we can do these right here. We will need to... Oh no, we should be fine, because we'll have the path along the front. And then this will be right here. Storage. Get some warehouses. Maybe we go like this. Or we could do something slightly different. We could always go medium warehouses, but we'll put them back one. We can get some small warehouses, and then we have those prioritized by haulers, some of the miscellaneous foods. Because we can go set up 1, 2, 3. Can only fit 3. You can fit more warehouses like this, I think. So we are going to do side by side. Yes. Okay, we'll stick with that. Whew. Okay, we made it through the bad tide. That is good. Let's see how they're doing underground. They are taking their time for constructing all this. Although it does look like these opened up. So, okay, so it washed the bad water out after a couple days. So we might not need these, but we'll put them in for now. So we can remove that. Oh gosh, are they going to make this? Okay, there we go. We know we want to get those two. I think we'll probably just stick with levees because we have plenty of wood. We have not quite as much metal, and it's just a simpler system. You know, we're gonna do two sluices because we'll at least have the option if we need to vent something in this direction for whatever reason. But we'll just set them to closed for now because we want them to act as levees. And now we probably want to prioritize all of this a bit. These are done. They just need to build it. So we'll do that. Although we do need to prioritize this actually because we have 9 days. Okay, so we have super high and super high, just high. And then back at the surface we have these overhangs. The planks I do want to collect. Oh geez. We go down. Let's also bump those up just to be collected. Don't want to lose any resources. We worked hard for those. 2 unemployed beavers. Toss them to centrifuge. Because we only have a little bit of extract left. We have almost maxed out on gears. Do we need more gear storage? I think we might. For now we can pause one of these. We can get some more bad water, or get some more explosive factories up and running. More explosives. Okay, we are running out of jobs. We can just toss them in these inventors' huts for now. I know we will not have a problem finding jobs, but at the moment it's just trying to get stuff constructed. $1,300 science. I think we'll unlock this next. Okay, we need to focus on storage coming up here soon. So these will be helpful. And then we can start getting some more storage set up. Once we hit that 1,400 science, then we can unlock the wind turbine. We can place 2 of them down, and then we can start replacing some of the ones on the end that are not linchpins to this whole system. We're going to get there very soon. We'll get there today. Are we... Yeah, we're almost maxed out on water. We can replace some of these with the larger water tanks, but we have a lot of things we're working on. I don't want to spread them too thin. We can do these 2. We can set them to lower because I think we're doing fine on power at the moment. We have also, I bet we've gone as far as we can. Nope, I can still do that. We can place this. We do not need a full power wheel down there. Let's see. We can then start going across. So this is all normal on the priority list. But we place those down after we place all this down. And so they're working through this. Let's get those logs. Maybe we make another builder's hut. And this will be another temporary one. And then we can not worry about some of those inventor's huts. That'll be super high. Because hopefully they finished over here. You know, I should just put a sluice right here. We're going to remove this. Should have done that first. Let's also make sure we don't move that wood onto the other side. I don't know if I'll ever really need to open it, but I want to have the option to. Set it to closed, super high, same with that. So they'll work on that in the morning, hopefully after they construct this builder's hut. And then let's make sure these are all lowest. Excellent. I will want to get a reservoir over here, but we just have lots of stuff going on first. And then how do I want to set this up? Because I want to go up, and Games Nation, you were saying it can go up 10 to 12 tiles. So how high do we want to make that reservoir? We have the overhangs. So what I was thinking, we can get some overhangs that'll go over top on the outside. Well, maybe we'll need to go up another level. Or actually, we can go this direction also. Because we can go like this, and they should be able to reach it all. We can also get some stairs going down here. We'll go down here. So then we could do maybe something like getting a sluice at the bottom, and that would be set to open when the water level drops below a certain level. And then we just start going up. We move some of the water pumpers, not all of them, but some of them, up into the reservoir, which is basically I'm going to plan to have that overhang on top of some of the spatter dock. So it's going to look a little funky for sure, but should be pretty helpful. Looks like they did finish constructing this builder's hut. We have 6 jobs that we know are super low priority. We have another one over here. And then we have 3 lumberjack flags. Okay, we also need to mark some of these to be chopped down. Let's see how far this guy can reach. He reaches a good distance. So let's go like this. Just double check it's in range. We'll go all the way back here. And then we'll start replacing some of these trees with oak trees instead. Because he goes all the way to here. And this will be plenty of trees for the tapper shack to collect. Still waiting on this. We are maxed out on gears officially. Do not see that coming. We can pause this guy, unpause this guy because he can store a few in here, and then we'll do the same when this guy fills up. All the way over here. We have another area for collecting scrap metal when we run out of scrap metal over here. We also need to think about getting a mine at some point. Which, do you guys know where a mine is around here? I know there's one at the very edge of the map, but ideally I don't want it to go all the way over. So I'm seeing this one. So it's not too far away. It's not the closest. We will have to go in this direction. At some point I do want to block this off. Don't really love having bad water flowing around. This one is underneath a dirt overhang. I don't think that's much closer. Might be a little bit more awkward to get to. We have some more scrap metal. Yeah, I think those are the main ones. There might be a few on the edge. I know there's one over here that's underwater with bad water. A little slurry mix. So yeah, I'm thinking this one is the one that we will shoot for. Seems like it makes the most sense. And they have been chopping trees down very quickly. Let's make sure we plant some more back here. Okay, now we have 10 vacant jobs. From 0 to 60 real fast. Let's see, what are some jobs that I don't need? We have 6 of them are these inventors' huts. One is a lumberjack flag. That might be it. This guy's sitting around, we can pause him. Gear workshop, we can pause that for now. We'll just need to make sure we keep an eye on that. So don't let me forget, guys. I have paused all my gear workshops. And then what else? This is already lower. So maybe we drop this one to lower. So we're not, I think we're like at perfect in terms of the jobs that are unoccupied. Because I think we have these 4, the 6 inventor sets, and this 1 lumberjack flag, which is 11. If I go over 10, 12 height, the water should leak from somewhere else. What is it? How does it leak? Does it like go through? What the heck was that? I don't know if you guys noticed that right here, there's a little glowing thing. That was interesting. So what are they working on? They're going over here. Oh my goodness. Let's see what they have done underground. They have almost all of it done. They probably need a path to get to that last one. So let's be careful, but we can remove at least some of these. Collect all those. I think that it'll let you delete all the ones that you can. Yeah, we should be solid. I just have these set to closed. I consider it to open temporarily. Gonna lose pressure, we'll close it. Is there any benefit to having water in here? Where does this go? Does that really just not go anywhere? It's just a little cavern. And that's it. Oh, are they trying to set you up so that you go down to access water? I'm not sure. Because if I make it higher, oh, then another exit of the water will come out of that area. I see what you're saying. So you just said 10 to... Oh. Okay. We already knew about this one, though. So you're just saying that specific height because there's other exits around the map. So this is closed. Yeah, we're just leaving it closed. And then we are ready to collect those. Let's make sure we get this last one. Oh. Good thing it shows that. You gotta remove this one. That would have been bad news if I didn't notice that. Really? Oh, I can't even do it this way. Okay, we'll just super high prioritize collecting that. And then we can build these, which will be high priority. And that will not explode anything. Okay. We have a game plan. I'm just going to get rid of this because I know we're never going to get it. Okay, we don't need them to zigzag. And then let's remove this final platform. Might as well keep the resources. And they've removed all those trees so fast. Wow, it already planted a little baby. Get the oak trees planted all along here. I think that one is 25%. 26%. I don't want those. So right now it seems like we have the bad tides sorted out for the most part. We need to get the last part of the underground system set up, but we're in a pretty good spot. Now we need to focus on expanding since we have our basics covered. But we want to make sure we have extra water because that is a little bit of a concern. We can remove a couple of these. Let's see, do we have enough resources for storage? We have enough metal blocks, gears, we have over 200. Planks are doing great. I love it. So we'll remove 2 of these. And then we can place down a large water storage. set that to water. I could have copied it, but I always forget. And then we can make sure we collect these, but slightly lower on the priority list. Let's also make sure they constructed all this. This will not detonate anything. We have everything we need over here except for we need to close the system off now. I don't really want that right here. We'll set that. Collect. High priority. And then we can do 2 more. High priority. Okay, we'll check back in on that shortly, but we'll leave it like that for now. This one, they are going to construct pretty quickly. Games Nation, you said could see videos of creator Zedek. He also plays the map and learn about how pressure works. Yeah, I've seen his videos pop up. I haven't had a chance to watch any of them lately. So I think the zip lines are pretty helpful now. We probably need to start working our way over here. But before we do that, I want to build up so we can get more beavers. We also need to think about building up for our production. Let's see, do we want to rearrange any of these buildings? The 4 deep ones would probably be pretty beneficial to have on this level. Because if we had it 3 deep, then we can't fit a whole lot back here. So 4 deep would be excellent. This guy is maxed out. We can pause him. Get some platforms and overhangs on top, and then we could get some more power to them. Let's check real quick. How high do they need to go? That is tall enough for that one. Is it tall enough for this one? Is not tall enough for this one. So we don't want this guy on the bottom floor. We want him on the top floor. Ooh, what about the explosives factory? That one works. We'll need some more smelters. This guy's paused. We honestly have enough explosives. I think we should do a little bit of rearranging. We have a good amount of gears and planks. We have 12 vacant jobs, so that is quite a bit. We have 5 vacant beds. We have not even started constructing this. So maybe we have this set up, but we don't actually utilize it yet. We have also dropped in gears. So we're going to turn those... because then we're short on jobs again. I think at the very least we can remove... Well, these are all lowest, so there's no point in doing that. Maybe pause one of these. Yeah, so we're pulling from some of these builders' huts. Looks like we've had a few more people join the stream. Welcome everyone. Let me know if you're new. If you need a little bit of background on what we're doing, but this is the 3rd episode playing through pressure, and we've been making good progress. We have survived everything that's been thrown at us so far. Some of them, like this one, was a little bit of a scramble, but we have plenty of wood, which is, it's not uncommon for that to be an issue on some of my Let's Plays. But I do see that we have chop down all the trees. But we are also producing a lot of wood products, and we're also building a lot of water wheels. Let's see how we're doing on power. We are almost maxed out, so that's good. And we still haven't even connected any of these in yet. So all things considered, we're doing pretty good. I think I want to bump these power shafts up a little bit, because we have plenty of power that we could be utilizing, but we're not. And we'll continue going. 0.2 days. So that unstable core is right over here. If we go down, we can see that is connected to our system, but we have blocked it off. It is closed. So we should be fine. Nope. And it detonated. Giving some good green space over here. It's all temporary. So what is the order of operations now? I think we want to get these constructed, but we are working on other stuff, I guess. What are the beavers working on? Because we got everything underground, I thought. We have all this. Yeah, that's all set. We have this all set. Can remove these extra paths. We do not want to remove any of those levees. And we can just work our way backwards. What else? Yeah, what are they working on? Maybe they've been doing those. We do have fewer builders now. Do we have some incapacitated beavers? We only have 3. I don't feel like we've added a whole lot of jobs. We do have all these on pause right now, so maybe that's it. This guy is maxed out again. Pause him. We're getting close to maxing out gears again. We can pause one of them. If I close the bad water and level the height of the upper valley in the new reservoir, I can get water up the valley. So if I go, oh, you mean up here? That'd be interesting. Getting some more water sources. Or not sources, but like somewhere you could dump the water. Yeah, when you pressurize the system, you could do some interesting things. Obviously, we can't really go over here. Too many water sources, or too many bad water sources. Over here, we have this blocked off. Yeah, if we could close this because there was already somewhere for the bad water to go before, which was over here. Oh. Is that how you see where the mines are? Look at that. Okay, so there's another one, because it just goes all the way to the bottom. And there's a water seep. Interesting. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 mines. So we have a good amount of mines. We're not going to use all of them, but So I wanted them to start working on constructing those, but I think they're finishing all this stuff first. So that's okay. We could probably pause a couple of these lumberjack flags because they're not even really chopping a whole lot of trees. We can pause this guy after he plants those few trees. It'd be nice to get these builders' huts up and running again. And then, let's see, probably should just get this storage replaced while we have the opportunity. We gotta remove that though. We don't really need these small storages. We can probably remove these because we'll end up rearranging at some point. But for now we can leave it like that. And then food, we're doing fine. Spatterdock is running low, but we also completely ran out of spatterdock. Oh, that's why. This guy is set to grill potatoes, even though we have so much spatterdock. This guy will help with that. Yeah, we have just raw spatterdock here. We have grilled potatoes and sunflower seeds. We don't have that many carrots. We will get some overhangs over here and then start building up our stores. I think I want to get some of the large warehouses placed over here. Oh yeah, I wanted to unlock dynamite. We have enough science. Let's go down. And then we can go like this. Probably a little bit before they construct it, since they haven't even gotten to this stuff. Oh, they're starting to. They are starting to. And then eventually they'll work on this, which I should bump this all down. Now we are maxed out on power because I think they're starting to connect in these power shafts. Yeah. Okay, do you think it'll be a bad tide or a drought for the next event? Place your bets now. I'm slowing it down just a little bit. We have so much power. It's a drought. I didn't say it, but I kind of suspected it because they don't normally toss you back-to-back bad tides. We need some more beavers. Want to get some more houses up here, but we got to really focus on this first. We have some builders. I think we have 12 in total because we have the district center, these two builders' huts, and this one's vacant. How are we doing on water? 2,300. Not too bad. Nope, we're just gonna duplicate it. And then we have the water dump. Ooh, we probably need to do that. Fluid dump right here. We can slowly bump this up a little bit. Because I think the water should start to slow going through here. And these guys are set to planting still. I think we need to bump that up. Yeah, we need to bump this up. Oh, look at that. Look at, excellent. They have those. I know one needs to be set to paper. And then pine resin. This one will be gears. Excellent. So now if we remove these, because we will need to, we're just going to have some homeless beavers for a little bit. No, we'll do it in the morning. Let's get through tonight and then we can let the beavers, let them construct these two. So we won't remove those houses quite yet, but we will soon. This will be lower, because I want to start getting some of these, where are they? In the well-being. Rooftop terraces. I think we'll just place them directly on top of these. And then we can get some overhangs on top. Once again, we'll have it lower. Nice, they built that, they built this. So we can demolish 1, 2, 3. We'll get these all set up, and then we'll get these all set up. We will replace those soon. And then we'll have them collect those when they can. We can get one more warehouse placed down right over here. And then I think that path should be connected in. So as soon as they build all this, we don't really need this path here. Same with this one. Goes across. It does go to this level. We could utilize that if we need to. So they worked on it as much as they could. We have a few homeless beavers tonight. Not the end of the world. We're finally getting these rooftop terraces in. It seems like that's something that people do pretty early on, but in our situation we did not make those quickly. Soon we can replace some of these houses with the bigger ones. We'll go triple, and then I think double. We'll need to do a little bit of rearranging. Although maybe first we do these ones with the doubles. No, we'll do these ones first. We want to add beavers to our population first. Then we can rearrange. Looks like we do have access to those storages now. We have 10 vacant jobs. Let's pump that up a little bit more. We're getting the water pretty high. Let's unpause those two just for the end. We're going to bump that all the way up to 0.9 or 0.95 at the end. If we see this starting to slow down a lot, then we'll just raise it all the way. We will need to turn the fluid dumps on. This one's already on. You're talking about the valley over here for the irrigation Games Nation? Oh, is this slowing down at all? I'm gonna risk it a little bit, bump it up to 0.9. Probably could be a little bit of flooding. Hopefully not too much. There's still some water flowing through. It is just about at the top. We're trying to take advantage of every droplet of water we can get. Oh, we also need to pause all of these. Do this copy settings, make it a little bit easier. That is slowing down. 0.95. Just going to 1 all the way. Six-day drought, not too bad. Ooh, what do you want to add this to? Berries. We need new carrots. We have no carrot storage. Let's double check we have everything. We want to unpause both those fluid dumps. We have all the water pumpers paused. Now we have 5 vacant jobs, and those are all in the inventor's huts, which is excellent. We're working on constructing all this. We also have those to work on. I won't actually be able to reach any of this unless if we go like here, and I think they can reach this one from here, and they can go over. And do I go 5 or 6 back? 6 might be excessive. We'll hold off for now. We'll just lower all this. Yeah, they can reach it. Perfect. Okay, so we might be... Ooh, we need more bad water pumpers. That's perfect, because we have some beavers who want to work. Don't love those little 2x2 paths, but that's whatever. Other one where you got a bad water lake. Oh, did you mean we should block this off and then just start getting water into here? Because you know what? I'm not sure if this is what you meant exactly, but if we block all this, which right now, geez, the water, or the bad water, it's flowing all out. Which way? Over here? Wow. Okay, so it's all flowing out here. Kinda nuts. But so it's draining out this way. It's gonna evaporate. And then we could block this off. And then we have this water seep right here. We could make a path over here, have the water seep go into this, and then we could have a lot of green space. We would have this set to sluices, so we don't have any bad water going through here. We would need to obviously close this section off. And then, yeah. But I do like that idea. I like that idea a lot. I think we need to start with getting some zip lines getting over here. And then we could probably do the same going over here as well. We're going to have a kind of weird system for the zip lines. Let's see. We have enough beavers. I think we're just going to risk removing some of these. Maybe not. It might just not be worth it. Also, if I want to have the reservoir here, we got to make sure that we have the zip lines that don't interfere, because, excuse me. We are out of bad water. Well, you know what this means? We got to add some, or not overhangs, some platforms in. Get some bad water. Let's bump that up. Let's try and get that. I don't really want to have no bad water, and I kind of wasn't paying attention during the wet season. Might as well pause both of those for now. Now we have some unoccupied jobs. Or some unemployed beavers, I mean. Add some more paper. Look at that, we have a couple windmills. Might want to add one more. We have all the resources we need. We'll wait till it's not, until it's not winding. Maybe we just do this. We remove this one. Put one right here. This is always going to be a linchpin one. We can just super high prioritize it. We'll have them constructed immediately. And then we won't have to worry about this being disconnected from the rest of the system down the road. And then we can start replacing some other ones when there's no wind going around. Excellent. Got that. So we have this part of the reservoir started. I think we'll have a sluice. Oh, we gotta remove this. Yeah, we'll remove that. We will need to remove this at some point. Okay, so they're looking for things to do now. Overhangs here and here. And then we'll do, I guess we don't need it over here. Wait, do we want to overhang? Yeah, I think we will. Oh, Wrong spot. Yeah, so what I'm thinking, we'll get, how much, we have enough science. 3,000. We'll go all along here. We won't be able to on this side. This side will be a little bit, although, oh, we have the zip line. I don't really want to impact that. Let's just go 4. That should be fine. And then once we can get up here, we'll need to start placing some impermeable flooring. And then we'll go all along. Something like this. For now, I'm gonna leave this because it's not it's not ready yet. We can unlock the impermeable flooring for cheap. And then we'll go like this because we know we want to at least put those there. And we can't get up here, which is okay. I'm not really in a rush to do this. We can at least... Yeah, we won't trap ourselves. We will eventually need to get up here, so we'll add a couple of those. We have 2.5 days left in the drought. We're doing great on water. We need to get another grill set up. This one is grilled spatterdock. This one will be grilled potatoes. Let's also lower all this because this is a lot to construct, but I'm not really concerned about it yet. Still winding. Let's collect all that. We're gonna bump it down here, then I can't reach it. Really, I should probably replace the windmills during a wet season, but we have so much power that I'm not really concerned. Then we did unlock these. Could go over here. I don't know if there's a benefit to doing that. I need to figure out what I'm putting up here first, I think. Probably unpause this, plant some more trees. Now that we're actually going through our wood fairly quickly, we're at only 370. We're definitely going to run out with me trying to construct all this. So, it is time that we start chopping these trees down. We are going... Okay, we have access to this. We need to replace this, I think, with the zip line. We meet all the requirements other than it's too many connections. Pump that up. Although I guess we don't really need to remove it yet. Leave it for now. They'll construct this soon. We'll have access to some trees down here. See, I'm pretty sure when I constructed this pylon, I said that I wouldn't need to have a zipline station over here, and that was not the case. Oh, look at that. We can actually reach over here also. Cool. Okay. Now we can get rid of these connections. Get rid of this. There we go. Look at that. Now it's yellow instead of red. Have all this. Just need to mark all these trees. And then, let's see, over here, once we can get over here, I think there's bad water that comes out of this area, unfortunately, because we have that, which is where this lake feeds to. We do have this system. We set up a blockage, because I don't, let's see, does this system, I don't think it backs up. Yeah, because if it backed up, then it would be flooding where we are. So if we wanted to keep this all green, we could set up some sluices or floodgates, and then as long as we block this off, prevent any bad water from coming through, because it doesn't flood over the banks, it's just on top, or it's just down below. Looks like we are managing to collect some bad water, which is excellent. We're almost maxed out on extract. Explosives we're doing good on. These guys are sitting around. Pause those two. Yeah, we're dropping in wood kind of quickly. Okay, there's not really any point in... I should really replace all these trees with oak, because we have plenty of pine resin over here. And honestly, maybe we can leave some, but for the most part we don't want these to be pine, and we can mark them to be chopped down. We'll leave this little patch. Can he reach? He can reach to right here. So we'll do this. One more. Here we go. This guy can't even reach over here, but I think these trees die anyways. So we probably don't want to plant any trees over here. Okay. Crowd has ended, cycle 10. I think I need to start getting up here. We have... we can go like this. And then I think we can go basically as far as we can reach. We probably want to get all the way over here. This 33, that's not worth an additional one. Add connection, add connection. And then we'll start blocking this off. I think that should be sufficient. Now I just need to be able to get over here. How do we want to do this? We can't reach here yet. We don't need those two. Completely unnecessary. First we need to be able to actually physically get up here. There's a million different ways you can try and go. This is the way that we're going to go. And speed up just a little bit. Unstable core. Oh, I think it's the one. It is the one. So these are set to close. When this detonates, we'll just have a little bit more pad water get a little closer to us. I don't think it's gonna impact us. Oh no, I forgot to lower this. We have it set to 1.75. There we go. Okay, leave water. That is kind of funny. 0.7 is fine. There, we're getting all that water flowing out. Oh yeah, I forgot to replace this. Not there. Okay, let's just make sure we have everything set up over here. Guess we can start chopping some trees down. And let's at least get a path connected in, even if it's not the most direct route yet. Just want to at least have that set up so we can eventually get over here. And then we're missing a path. Honestly, we don't even need this one, except for that one. Remove this one. There we go. So he's working. Turn our water pumpers back on. Unpause. Copy settings. We have done a lot today, and that is where we're going to wrap up today's video. I've been streaming for 3 hours now. It's one of my longer streams. But I'm feeling pretty good about this map now. I feel like I know, for the most part, what is coming and what we've gotten through. So now it's just trying to expand and basically take advantage of as much of the space that we have available to us. And then also cultivate some more. This is one that I really want to try and focus on. Maybe in the next episode we're going to be setting it up with this. So maybe I need to set some sort of reminder for myself by placing down some infrastructure. Can we connect into anything? We can get this set up. And then We'll need one more. This might be a temporary one, but it'll be something. Excellent. And then we really just need it to be something like that. Okay, I said we're done, but then I'm doing all this. It's hard to stop playing this game sometimes, because there's like always the next thing. Okay, I think we're done now. We'll think about our production in the next episode also. Food is looking good. We haven't gone up much, but over 2,000, I'm not too worried about it. So, and we have some more beehives, which is excellent. 12 vacant jobs. We'll have to do some rearranging next episode, but thank you everyone for watching Games Nation. I appreciate you showing up and chatting with me. Lucky. It's good to see you. And then harsh it. It sounds like it could be something inappropriate, but everyone who decided to join and watch, I appreciate you all. It's always a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys enjoyed hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, today's live stream, I guess. Tomorrow there's going to be Road to 1000 Beavers episode 29, and you guys should check it out. There is quite the project that I worked on in that one. So anyways, I will probably be live streaming next Saturday. So if you want to, you should try and stop by and say hi. And with that, I'll see you guys later.